Welcome to Overbooked and Underqualified. My name is Liv.
I'm Sam.
And we are starting a new book this week. We're very, very excited. I have quite a few intro notes to go over. So I'm going to jump right into it before we get into the book. So hang tight for a minute. One thing is, you'll be very proud of me. I updated my Goodreads.
Who are you?
So they sound good.
That's how she was typing on the computer, guys. Like this.
Late at night. There are some really good reviews on there, people.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go skim.
Well, some of them have spoilers, so just beware.
I'll skim the books we've read together.
Okay, so you'll be proud of me on that. I realized that a couple episodes ago, I never updated you on the Kiss of Iron book.
Oh, yeah.
So that reminded me of the whole Goodreads thing. Yeah. So I finished that book. I am on the second one. The second one is so long, too. I'm listening to it. The second one is just fine.
Okay, first was better?
The first was good. I liked the vibes of it, but it just was very long. Like, so much happened in it.
Okay.
It turned from, like, murder mystery to, like...
So we're just crossing genres.
Yes, like, it was all over the place, which was fine to listen to, but I would never be like, oh my god, this is the best book ever. So, like, worth the read if you're not really invested in it. Like, it's not...
It's a good background noise book?
Yes, like, it's just a fun little, don't take it seriously book.
Okay,
so that's my update on that. My next update is, Sarah J Maas announcement. I'm dying to know what you think.
She's on Call Her Daddy tonight?
I know, at 8, which is in 30 minutes.
Okay,
so what do you think it's going to be?
Or do you think it's going to be a Crescent City?
I'm going to be bummed if it's going to be Crescent City.
I do too.
But I haven't finished Crescent City, so...
Did you finish the second one?
No.
Okay.
I'm still, like, partially the way through.
Okay. I am, like, clawing for an ACOTAR.
Same. Well, I would be bummed because she put... Sorry, you go. Because...
So she put 3 new books are on Barnes & Noble. Mm-hmm. 3 new books.
Yes, I saw you sent that to Cassie and I will be bummed if it's not ACOTAR because she did that teaser, last spring?
Oh, the 6th
It was last
8th
April because it was like everyone was
like tweaking out
about April Fools or whatever. Yeah.
I'm hoping for an ACOTAR, and I know that a lot of the girlies are going to be against me. Why? I want an Elaine book.
Oh, I thought you meant like about ACOTAR in general.
I want an Elaine book. I'm very vested in Elaine and Lucian, and if she ends up with Azriel, murder me.
That's where I'm at. I would love an Elaine book, but if it's with Azriel, I will be upset. I am on the Lucian train. I'm fine with it being like an Azriel book or something if...
Oh, I gotta get behind an Azriel book with Gwen.
Yeah, like something like that.
We read the bonus chapter, and it gave me the ick.
I know. Same. Oh yeah, we talked about it. She was talking the white creamy neck.
No.
So that's where I'm at, but I'm also keeping my expectations so low for this announcement because it could be like anything.
It could be the book's officially in the works.
Yeah, so I'm like trying not to keep...
Which, we haven't had a release from her in a really long time. The last release was Crescent City, and I was still in St. Paul. I was still living in St. Paul. Mm-hmm. So it's been over 2 years.
Mm-hmm. So I'm very interested. I'm very curious. I hope it's something good, but my expectations are low.
Yeah, I'm hoping we're going to get an announcement. People were talking about October.
Mm-hmm. Which would be crazy cool.
I would scream.
I am gonna be disappointed if it's like a novella where it's like, you know how those novellas are, where it's like another, like, more Nesta point of view or something.
My brother calls those the Christmas specials.
Which is so true. But I will be bummed because I'm like, we just had a whole Nesta point of view. In my opinion, Silver Flames was way too long.
Another question, if an ACOTAR comes out, we've already read ACOTAR, do you want us to do a reread episodes?
Ooh, I feel like
and just do an episode per book.
I mean, you did just tell me the other day that I have a memory of a goldfish, so that might be necessary. And it'd be fun to... So before we started this podcast, we kind of had weeks while I was reading Throne of Glass and ACOTAR where we had all these discussions, so it'd be fun to have those again.
I know.
since it's been a while.
Yeah.
And
I'm
for
currently
viewers.
listening to Throne of Glass, so...
I know. I really want you to listen to the dramatized version, though.
I can't. I'll be sobbing at work.
I know, but I want to know, like, a real-life
Also,
opinion
I
on how it
already
is.
own all the audiobooks of the regular.
This is brings me to my next point.
Yes.
Do you have any good audiobook recommendations when I'm done with this one? I need audiobooks for when I'm working, and...
I think you should listen to Never Lie by Frida McFadden.
Okay.
It was one of the best thrillers I've ever read.
Okay.
Listened to.
I need to try Frida McFadden, because
She's
we've talked
solid.
about
I
it
like
a lot,
her.
and I need to. The other thing that I was thinking about on my Audible, Harry Potter keeps coming up.
Harry Potter is actually so good.
Yeah, like just to listen to.
I listened to someone who recorded them illegally on Spotify, and she had a British accent.
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's like those like fire sticks.
Yes.
And you're watching the movie and then a person gets up in the theater and walks
Yes.
through the... Have you ever watched movies
Yes.
like that? Just illegally or whatever?
But, so I, like, ate it up. It was so good. But those also have, like, very sentimental value to me. They're a family thing. Mm-hmm. But the books are so good.
Yeah.
I would recommend.
This is funny
but it's a lot of books.
I read the Percy Jacksons.
Oh.
I never read the Harry Potters.
I don't think I ever finished Percy Jackson, but I watched all the movies of Harry Potter as a child. Mm-hmm. But I didn't recently read them.
And it's so funny. Like, I read the Hunger Games. I read all the Twilights.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I read, but I never did the Harry Potter.
Harry Potter was kind of after us. Like, because my mom, dad, and brother read them all together. And
So
I was
maybe
too
that's
little.
why?
Like, I think that the 7th book came out when Alex was in, like, 7th or 8th grade, which means that we were in 2nd grade.
Okay. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, if my sisters weren't really, like, I was handed
Yeah.
down all the Twilight books and stuff, so I'm kind of, like, the youngest of 3.
Yeah.
I, like, read what they read.
You read just what came into your room after they
Just,
were
like,
done with it.
Yeah. I also had
A book would appear on your desk and you go, there you go, there's my next read.
I had to play the instrument that my sisters chose
What
and
wasn't
handed
it?
down.
Clarinet.
No, a saxophone, an alto saxophone.
Shut up, your sisters played the saxophone?
Yes, which is a very cool instrument. But lugging that thing down my long-ass driveway
I cannot
and
picture
waiting
it.
at the bus stop and then going down the bus aisle and I had to hold it up, knocking kids left and right. Everyone's like, here comes the saxophone girl.
She also really likes horses.
I just couldn't win. I couldn't win. But it made me cooler as an adult. Everyone's like, oh, you played an alto saxophone? I wasn't one of those clarinet basic bitches.
My bad. And see, you know what? I did the same thing in orchestra. I didn't play the violin. I played the viola.
Yeah,
So basically, we're super cool.
the coolest.
Should we get into it?
Let's get into it. So, I need to know your initial thoughts, expectations of this book. I also have a question.
Yeah, starting off, we read part 1. Mm-hmm. The book alone, I'm enjoying it. Mm-hmm. Was not the right pick for After Alchemized.
No, we briefly discussed this over text, and we actually talked about, like, do we bring this up on the podcast? Because we don't want to, like, be negative ever down the book, but we also feel like we need to just be, like, honest with where we're at, and it's funny that we were both on the
Feeling
same
the same
page.
way, yes.
So, I feel like I'm loving this book. However, it's just so on a different level after reading Alchemize. It just feels like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I can't get into it as much. Like, I'm kind of like, oh yeah, whatever.
Alchemize, I read into every single detail.
Yes.
Whereas
yes.
when I read into every single detail here, there's nothing underneath what they said. Mm-hmm. Whereas, like, when Helena would be, like, going back and forth about something, I would also be going back and forth about it. Mm-hmm. These characters don't go back and forth about much.
And, like, you know how there's always kind of a devastating background
Yes.
a little bit, or something, like, traumatic happening to these characters. I'm not underplaying what this
100%.
character, but it's, like...
Not the same.
I need to wipe the slate clean because I really, really think that I would really like this book if it wasn't directly after Alchemize. Like, Alchemize has just wrecked me.
I know. I think when, at the end of part 1, I was like, okay, I'm into it. Mm-hmm. I'm ready to keep reading. But at the start, I was like, bleh! Like...
That is so funny. I felt the opposite. I was really into it at the beginning, and then as it went on, it just, like, didn't have the depth of...
Which, fair.
And so then I was just... I don't know. But I do really, really, really like it. Like, I was thinking, I'm like, oh my gosh, this would be a book that I would be eating up normally.
I think that I'm really liking the concept of how magic is here.
Me too.
I'm really liking that it's the cards. And that there's, like, extra magic on top of it. When I started reading it, I got scared because guess the book series I immediately thought of. Caraval.
Which is so funny. Yes. I was getting the witch hunter vibes, like, writing-wise and, like, character-wise.
I was getting Caraval because it was, like, clues and, like,
yes,
that
which
kind
I
of
love.
thing and, like, rhymey-dimey things. And I'm like, what's going on?
Yes. You know what it is? I really feel like now that we're discussing it, it almost feels like this book is surface level compared to Alchemized. Like,
Which,
it's just...
nothing is going to be as deep as Alchemized. I'm sorry, every single line in that book made me want to rip my heart out.
I just feel like we needed, like, maybe a genre change, but that's
I agree.
okay. I think that...
You live and you learn.
Maybe Last Letter after that, we would have been never wanting to read again, because we would have been so depressed in this hole.
I would have shed all the tears I had.
So, glad we're on the same page about that. So, part 1, chapter 1. We get the main character, Elspeth.
Elspeth, yes. I'm really enjoying the name.
Me too.
Yeah, I think it's really fun. And we're getting her as a child. And, like, this book just, like, roared right out its gate. There was no, like, my name is, and this is my story. It was bam, bam, bam.
I was Confusion City.
I was also Confusion. So, she's at her aunt's house.
She's at her aunt's house, yes, Opal.
Yes, and she's sick. And,
She's
like,
sick.
kind of going back and forth on things.
She's got the fever dever.
And then people just, like, burst into their house.
Yeah. And it's very ominous. And then her aunt chucks her out the window.
Yeah.
Like,
and then,
literally chucks her.
She's like,
it's the vibe that I got.
Yeah, and she's like, and I didn't fall onto a bed of grass. Nope, like, there was stone under the window.
She couldn't even, she's like, go to the wood. Well, bitch, she couldn't even make it to the wood because you chucked her ass out there so
You can trust her. She hit the ground and her head started to spin.
Literally, yeah. And at the start of all these chapters, they have these, what do you call those? They're not footnotes. They're
like, it looks like almost a postcard.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes
a blurb of info.
Yes, there's a lot of them have been about what each Providence card is, but some of them are like old-timey rhymes that are very ominous.
I'm gonna say this right now. I fucking hate riddles. I hate riddles. This is where I'm at. Hate riddles because I'm horrible at them. I can never understand them. I hate solving them. Just tell me just say it. But I understand too that, like, obviously there wouldn't be the book if they were like, hey, the magical stone is under the tree over there. I understand that it's necessary, but I still hate them.
Yeah.
Because I'm horrible at them.
I feel like, I haven't felt like there's a lot of riddles.
Oh my god, the whole book is riddles. Yeah. Like, literally every, like...
Never mind.
every beginning of the chapter is a freaking riddle. Anyways, so...
And then all of a sudden, a man's voice starts talking in her head. I literally wrote, the voice in her head is a man, question mark?
I didn't think it was a voice in her head. I thought it was some magical being coming out of the wood. I thought it was going to be maybe the MMC, like...
Right off the bat, MMC.
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, no, I knew it was in her head, and I said, what?
Yeah, it was very, yeah.
And then she talks about how escaping the physicians means you live. And for me, when I think of a physician, I'm thinking of a doctor you go to when you're sick. So I'm confused.
Yeah, it was very, like, ominous, this whole first this whole first chapter. It's like, her veins turned black, and she had all this pain, and then it was like, the darkness we shepherd.
Yeah.
So...
Which I thought that was, like, I was connecting because I was thinking I knew the name of the series is The Shepherd King.
Yes.
And then, I did write this down for you, Liv. She's 20.
That's so funny in capitals. She's 20, people. Anybody who has followed since the first episode, I just need...
Very hung up on age and timeline.
Need to know. I'm always writing that stuff down. So, yeah. Then I said, wait, so there's an actual him in her mind. So it took me a minute to actually get there. And it was interesting how she kind of pushed him to the back of her mind, or
Yeah.
like kind of
Like she was
searched for him in the back of her mind.
every time there's another person in someone's mind in a book, I always feel like that person is overriding the other. Whereas this, it's very much Elsbeth controls what goes on in her body.
Yes, like he's just sort of hanging out like it's a cave back there.
Yeah, like
There's nothing up there except for this cave for the monster.
it's just in a cage in the back of her head, and
Yeah.
she gets to decide when he comes out.
And so that was very interesting. Then she kind of like flash forward to like present day, right? So she meets her cousin Ione.
Ione.
I listened.
Oh, okay, Ione.
So Ione, to put this part. So Ione is this yellow-haired cousin, and
Yeah.
she's just like, I don't know.
She's like a ray of sunshine.
Yeah.
And like the moment she sees Ione's like freaking out. She's like, "Did you step off the path? Did you step off the path?" And I'm like, "Okay, yes, she did."
She ate some acidic ants. That's what I got from that.
And then they're walking down the street, and poo water splashes on her dress. I was really upset about a guy. They're like talking, and a guy throws a pail of shit out of his window, and it splashes on her.
I did not even catch. Honestly, that would have been this way better for me.
I was like really upset. I was like, poo water.
That is awesome. I love reading books with you because I feel like we catch like the most different things. So anyway, she's here in the city. She comes out of her wood house for her name day, which is essentially her birthday.
Yes, that's what I would, because it's the day you get your name.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like her birthday or whatever. And we get to her real house. So she lives with her aunt and uncle, whatever, ever since she's gotten the fever.
Yep.
So now they're getting to her house with her dad, and we learn that her mom died. He remarried to this evil stepmother. It's a real Cinderella situation.
I was getting the same thing because there's evil stepsisters too.
Yeah, but one's like kind of dumb and not so bad.
I don't think that they're truly malicious. I just think that there's...
I'm getting malicious vibes from one of them.
Okay.
I think it's...
But
I
then
don't know,
we
maybe
like...
Naya? I don't remember their name.
Yeah, Naya and
Also, Nerium. Nerium is the worst stepmother name on the planet.
Well, she's a horrible person, so that should be her name.
So they're evil to her.
Yep.
Whatever, the sisters are there.
I did say, damn, her half-sister's a bitch. Mm-hmm. And then they're talking about how they go to the parlor, they're talking to everybody, and there's flowers in there. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the first time that her mom gets mentioned. Because, was it one of the sisters that was like, I don't know why Dad always...
No, it's the mom.
Yeah, the stepmom goes, I don't know why he keeps these flowers in here. Mm-hmm. They're so dull and drab. But then we find out that they're irises, and her mom's name was Iris.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is interesting that, like, her dad still keeps that all of that around. So I think there's definitely some love still there for the mom.
Oh, 100%. I think that he's 100% still in love with Elsbeth's mom. There's other comments later.
Yeah. It's Dimia. Dimia sounds like a dummy, I said.
Yeah.
She's kind of like...
She is ditzy.
She just, like, laughs when she doesn't
When
know
she
what
gets
people
nervous.
are talking about. So she's just laughing. And I'm loving throughout this whole first part one, the nightmare voice just pops in and out.
Yes.
Like, randomly.
And I literally wrote, I don't like the voice. It's scary.
I love it. But, okay. So I was listening to this.
I listened to some of this too.
And I like in the listening when he pops in. Because I just felt like it made it less, I don't know, creepy
No,
to me.
I agree. It's more of just like, when I was reading it, I'm like,
No, I know.
You're talking cryptic riddles in my head.
Right, see, riddles.
You're right.
So we have these Providence cards.
Yeah.
We find out that they have colors associated with them that only she can see, Elspeth. And there's 12 total, and it's basically the only legal way of performing magic.
Yeah, and if you perform it outside of that, that's when you can basically be like killed for it. Mm-hmm. And I have a question on the cards later.
Okay. And then we get this Book of Alders reference, which comes up frequently. And basically the Book of Alders is what the Shepherd King wrote, from my understanding, right? And kind of all about each Providence card and how they work and how to make the evil mist go away.
Yeah, and in the book, it tells you what all of the separate cards do.
Yes. So you tap 3 times to activate the card and then shut it off.
Yeah.
At the same
So you tap twice to turn it on and then once to turn it off, right? Or was it 3 times?
It's 3 times both ways.
Oh, okay.
At least that's what I've written down.
That's fine. We'll go with
Maybe
it.
the listeners will correct us if we're wrong.
Please do, honestly.
But then there's consequences if you use them for too long.
Yes, which I thought was also interesting.
Yes. So, like, the flip side of the card will be the consequence. So we get more into the explanations on that later.
Yeah,
But
yep.
I kind of say throughout this whole part 1, like, magic always has consequences.
Yes.
Then we get her dad introduced, which is Eric.
Yes. Oh, I mean, like, why do the stepmom and the twins have these wild-ass names and then dad's Eric?
I know. It's very weird. They all have... So it's funny because, like, I started listening to it, then I went to reading it, and all the names are written very weirdly when they sound pretty normal.
Names. Yeah, like Raven spelled with a Y.
Yeah, and Emery with an O. Yeah, it's just interesting. So her dad's the ex-captain of the guard, which is a destrier, is what they call them, is like the people who work for the king.
Yeah, they're basically the people who hunt down magic users. They're like the king's guard, essentially.
Yes. And her dad seems like amicable, but also sent her away. So it's a weird relationship.
Yeah, the vibes I'm getting is that he still, like, desperately cares for her, but replaced her by accident.
Yeah, like, they're distant. It's kind of almost awkward between them, but then...
You can tell he cares, though.
Like, he gets her this special flower and goes and picks it fresh for her.
Yeah, goes and just picks it. He's not buying a bouquet.
So I'm like, wait a minute. This is kind of like, is he good? Is he bad? I'm not really getting a vibe there. And then she kind of says, like, well, he wasn't always. Like, because we find out, you know, he sent her away, obviously.
Yep.
But
I don't know. I got mixed vibes from him. I think he's just emotionally detached due to Iris dying.
Maybe.
And he just doesn't know how to...
Yeah. So then, whatever. There's, like, tension between her and Miriam. Miriam basically
tells her that she
berates her.
Because we find out that they got invited to the stone for Equinox. And that means that Elsbeth is supposed to come with too. And Miriam is like, well, you know you're not coming, right? You're going to make up an excuse. Because you always embarrass us at these things. And then this is the first time that Alex gets mentioned.
Oh my gosh. When Alex was brought up, I'm like, if this is the MMC...
Not impressed.
I immediately put friend zone that bitch. Friend zone. Because I'm just not
into it.
I'm scared. He's just obsessed with her. So then whatever, after the Miriam chat, she leaves sad, and then because she kind of like finds out that her dad pays the Hawthorns to keep her. Yeah. So she's really upset by that or whatever. Which
the Hawthorns are her aunt, and her aunt is her mom's sister.
Yes. And then we have the sarcastic beast in her head, which is kind of like her friend.
Yes and no, because he's kind of an ass.
Yeah.
But yes, he's like the only person that's real with her about everything.
Yeah, like he's kind of like the only person that's really there or whatever. And then we find out that she has this crow's foot that she keeps in her
Yeah, I was
pocket.
So confused. It gets ironed out later, but I was so confused. I'm like, why do we have a crow's foot of all things?
Yeah, and so then they call it like this charm, and I'm assuming it saves her from the mist.
Yeah, I was thinking that it was like a good luck charm at first.
Yeah, I don't.
But yeah.
So then we get to. Do you have anything on chapter 1?
Nope.
Chapter 2. Yeah.
So this is when we kind of come to find out that she's had the monster for 11 years and hasn't told a soul that she has this thing in her head, which is insane.
Yes, and she has this. So it starts out. She has this flashback of being sent to her Aunt Opal's house, and then. She kind of, they all await this magic that never comes. Because normally people that get sick get this magic. And it's kind of different for each person, it seems. And then she has this flashback when she's 9 of her uncle riding in with a bloodied sword.
Yep, and then someone else is with them and they're like talking about highwaymen.
Yes, and they find out that they have a nightmare card, which there's only 2 of them. So it's like a really rare thing. Yeah. And then it's basically the nightmare card is a power to speak into somebody else's mind. But then the flip side of it, like the consequence of using it too much, is it reveals your greatest fears.
Yeah, I think it makes, like, your greatest fears come to fruition is, like, my thought process on that.
Okay, that's what I need a clarification on, because I'm like, well, if it just reveals your greatest fears, who cares?
Yeah, no, I think it's, like, it makes bad stuff happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
So then it kind of flashes. Then she touches the card when he leaves, and
Yeah, she's kind of sneaking in.
yeah,
and, like,
she was like hiding in the library.
Yes.
And then she touches the card and like passes out,
Mm-hmm.
and she wakes up with it in her head.
The monster in her head.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it reminded me sometimes of, like, the Beauty and the Beast from Disney, you know? Like, the
Okay,
Beast there
yeah.
with the yellow eyes and whatever.
Yeah, I was 100% thinking wolf.
So then she kind of, like, accidentally, it gets trapped into her mind, and she kind of absorbs it, and then there's, like, this clicking sound goes in her
and it's
brain.
his nails.
Yeah, and he doesn't make an appearance until, she almost gets caught or whatever.
Yeah, right after this scene.
Yeah, so he kind of stays quiet until he absolutely...
So then we jump back to the present, and she was, like, waiting for Ione to, like, come and walk with her, because you're not supposed to walk the highway at night. Mm-hmm. So then she's walking home by herself, and she gets, like, attacked by two guys, and they're like, roll up her sleeves, and that's when she gets scared because they're going to see her black veins. And then she tells the monster nightmare to use her body, essentially. And he gives her, like, extra strength. She, like, beats these two guys up and just books it.
Yeah, and they're looking for the cards. So the Highwaymen are looking for cards, and she basically escapes from him or whatever. And we find out that he's, like, 500 years old.
Yes,
he's
I have that written
constantly
down.
quoting the Book of Elders.
Yep.
And he's, like, just speaks in all these riddles.
He does speak in a lot of riddles.
So, I don't know.
Why
It's
did I
just,
think there weren't riddles in this book?
I don't know, man. The whole...
What book am I reading?
I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. So it cleared up chapter 1 for me.
Yeah, it did. Immediately.
So then we jump to chapter 3.
Yeah, and then we find out that her uncle still has the nightmare card to this day.
Oh my gosh. So, yeah, they get invited to court for Equinox. The Hawthorns do now.
Yes, on top of...
And there is all this talk about how the mist is affecting harvest this year and whatever else. So this mist keeps taking over everything, so they're not able to get, like, crops and whatever else.
Yeah, because they can't work in the mist unless they have, like, and they tell us this later, unless they have a
Yes.
talisman.
So then Ione, her cousin, is all excited, and her uncle's being just sus as
Yeah,
hell.
and I had a question. I'm like, do we think if he gets rid of the nightmare card, something's going to happen to her? I didn't know if there was, like, a proximity kind of thing with the card, since the nightmare's technically in her head. If he got rid of the card, like,
I was
are
thinking
there
about
other
that too.
effects?
You're talking about Elspeth.
Elsbeth, yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
And that was just
thinking
a
the same
quick
thing.
jot I had. I'm just trying to...
No, I was thinking the same thing, because
Yeah.
I'm like, well, isn't he in the... I think I was thinking, like, they were in the cards, like, Carvel.
And I was also wondering, I'm like, okay, well, if he's in her head, can they still use the nightmare card the regular way? Because is he not in the card anymore? Or is he in both? Or
I know. It never gets clarified.
not yet, at least.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But I was thinking the same thing.
Okay.
So anyways, Ione's all excited. And this... So I really thought... So I did make a note on chapter 1 that I thought Ione was going to die in this book.
Okay.
I don't know, I just got that vibe. But now I kind of changed my mind.
I was not feeling like she was going to die, but Elsbeth kept talking about how, like, important and how amazing she was. So I thought that there was going to be some sort of twisty, turny relationship with them.
So she's talking about how amazing she was. I really thought, and then we get to this chapter 3, and they're like, the way she's talking about this ball and just, like, not thinking very clearly, I'm like, Ione kind of sucks.
Yeah, I don't think that she sucks. I just think that we'll get to it.
I don't know. She's just... Anyway, so she's being really whatever. He drops the bomb about that he's had this nightmare card for 11 years.
Yeah.
And his wife is kind of pissed. Like, when the fuck did you get this?
Which, like, I'd be pissed too. Because they're like, it's like a super valuable card. There's only 2 of them.
And it's obvious that he has this plan. of some sort, because it says, like, his eyes keep flickering
He
to
was, I
Ione
am
and
so
being...
sus of him.
He's so sketchy. He's so
Yeah.
sketchy. And then his eyes flicked to Ione and he said, I've been saving it for a rainy day. I'm like, okay, well, he's waiting for something.
Yeah.
Because he's too weird of a guy to just hang on to it for no reason. And then we find out that cards can't be destroyed.
Yeah. And that they were made by the original Balder. Is that how you say it?
I think it's Boulder.
Boulder
But yes.
King.
Yes. Blunder? Or I think it's Blunder.
It's Blunder. The original Blunder King. And then we kind of learn more about, like, the spirit of the wood, too. And that salt is, like, an acquaintance, the smell and taste of salt is an acquaintance with magic. Which, this is, like, that plays a role in the rest of the book so far, at least.
Yeah, so, like, basically this shepherd king was gifted magic from the spirit of the wood, then made the Providence card, and the mist created by the spirit was because she grew vengeful and wanted to lure people back in.
It's very twisty-turny.
I'm like, why would you create mist to lure people in? Like, literally anything else, like candy, alcohol.
Kidnappers use candy all the time.
Like, someone's like, ooh, you want a bottle of wine? Or, like, literally anything. Mist is just too, like, why is that luring
hey,
people
come over
in?
here and I'll give you $20. I'd be like,
Maybe they can see stuff in the mist? Like,
I don't know.
candy vans? Anyway.
That's what I'm looking for in the mist is candy vans.
Anyway, so, yeah, and, like, the mist basically makes these, like, kids and people get infected with this magic and then they go crazy, kind of.
And, like, I'm just, like, so confused about the infection of, like, where it comes from. And does it come from the mist? Or is it just something that, like, you either have or you don't have?
I know.
Which
That's
I
very
feel like
unclear.
It got cleared up just a touch later. I'll address.
Okay, you address later. But anyways, and we find out that her uncle plans to for sure turn this nightmare card into the king realm at this equinox thing. So they're all going.
And then this is where we kind of learn that when you unite all 12 cards,
yes,
the fever will be healed and the mist will go away.
Yes. But they need this Twin Alders card, which basically the Shepherd King was tricked by the spirit, and the Twin Alders card has never been found, never been seen. It's kind of just this elusive one card.
Yeah.
And they need that to make the mist go away.
Yeah.
So, interesting.
Very.
Do you have any guesses on where it is?
No, not yet. Do you?
No.
Okay. A lot happens in the first part where I was, like, not even thinking of it, if I'm being completely honest.
So then we kind of skip forward, and she has this her Aunt Opal scene in the garden. And her aunt's pretty, like, funny. We get some good commentary from the nightmare when he says the old witch has a point.
Yeah.
About how she never goes out and does anything. And
Alex also got brought up again.
oh my god, and we find out that she kissed him.
That she was canoodling him in the gardens.
So that was interesting. But she doesn't seem like she has any interest in him. But he's been writing her a bunch. She's obsessive. Anyways, so then she has this dream.
Yeah.
And she says she's never had a dream since the nightmare.
Yeah, she hasn't remembered a dream since she had the nightmare.
But then, the nightmare was... This is how I took it. The nightmare was in human form.
I literally asked, do we think the nightmare is the man in armor?
Yeah, so he's in this, like, gold armor. He's in this viney room. And it was, like, a really creepy scene.
And he was also caught off guard that she was there.
Yeah, and he goes, oh, spying on me, I see.
Yeah.
And then he's like, do you want to know the story or something? And he said it's someone long dead is the person. Which I'm assuming...
And he said he's 500 years old. So part of me is wondering, did someone have to die to create each one of these cards and their, like, essence got put into the card?
I think from this scene, I think that I said, so he's the Shepherd King.
Okay. Which that would make sense.
That's what I was thinking. Like, it seems like he has a lot of knowledge on these cards, like a lot of secrets. I don't know. That was my vibe.
Okay, that's a good guess.
But that wouldn't really make sense for certain things either.
Because why is he in the nightmare card of all things?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not opposed to that.
So that was the thought.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, it's just interesting. Because he said, and then something about, like, the girl, the nightmare, and the monster or whatever all together. I don't know.
No, this is really... I feel like I need to tell you. Do you want to know who I picture when they talk about Alex?
Who?
Did you watch iCarly?
Yes.
Do you remember Neville?
No?
The little boy that's, like, obsessed with Carly and, like, wants
Oh my gosh, you pictured that? Oh my gosh, I'm not used to... That's crazy. You picture the funniest things.
So I'm just picturing him in, like, armor, asking her if she wants tapenade. And...
Unbelievable. I have a quote, but it's hard to find it on my Kindle. Sorry, guys.
Can you bookmark them?
You can, but I'm too old to figure it out.
You guys, we got a new camera.
Which we're very excited
seen
about.
Us trying to
We were literally like grandmothers. It was like so bad. Which nothing against grandmothers, but anyways, I think it would be fun to have someone in your mind, bounce ideas off of them, validate you. I don't know, like chat when you're bored. Like I know she wants to get rid of him, but I kind of would be like, it would be kind of nice. Like, hey, do you think I was wrong in this situation that happened? Or like,
that's crazy.
Or just like, hey, like, what do you think would be good for lunch today?
That's what your husband and or best friend is for. I don't need someone
But
else
don't you have
in my
like an
head.
inner monologue in your head already? So then it's like, then someone's just in there. You know, like I can't just call Colton with all my thoughts during the
I
day.
guess that's true, but also like, did you know some people don't have inner monologues?
No.
That scares me.
It's crazy that like...
Brandon, I'm talking to you. You scare me.
We're scared of your ass. Oh, this is highlighted. See, I didn't listen to this part on here. I put quote on 36.
Oh god.
I don't know what it is.
We took all this time stalling, and it's not gonna work.
Stalling? No, you can keep going.
I'm on chapter 4.
I just put the girl, the king, and the monster they became. Okay, that was anticlimactic. Anyways, I'm back to where I needed to be. Sorry, guys. So, chapter 4.
My first note, I'm sus of Uncle.
Okay.
I don't know what is going on with him.
Oh, yes, because we find out that,
Yes.
like, the uncle's basically offering up Ione for card exchange, which explains why I waited 11 years.
Yeah.
What a freaking creep.
I just like, and I'm not opposed to her, like, this is kind of medieval-ish time. Really normal for you to, like
Court type thing.
Yeah, it's very normal for, like, you to be, quote-unquote, married off in a bargain of essentials or whatever. But he was just being so cagey about everything. And he also didn't tell his wife.
So weird. And we find out now, like, so there's 78 cards total.
Okay, because that's the question I had. Because they kept talking about how all these people have these cards. I'm like, I thought there was only 12, but there's only 12 kinds.
Yes.
There's 72 cards total, and there's only 2 nightmares.
So, like, for example, yeah, there's, like, 12 black horses,
Okay.
11 gold eggs, 10... It's kind of like the Christmas song. Like, on the third day of Christmas. That's kind of what I thought about.
true love gave
No,
to
seriously,
me.
because it's, like, 1, 2, 3,
No,
or whatever.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
So
So
we
then if
should
there only
make a
one
song.
card of the twin elders,
Yes.
is the one that's the one?
Yes.
Okay, because I listened to this part, and I think that got lost on me because I may have been distracted playing The Sims.
She's always choosing The Sims over me.
Anywho,
Actually, one of my Goodreads reviews has The Sims in it. So, take a look at that. When you can.
no, I'm gonna have to.
Anyway, so then Ione is all mad at Elsbeth because she's not being supportive of this whole thing.
See, I thought that Elsbeth was kind of being hard on her, but also we didn't have any information on the prince yet. So I'm like, what is going on? Like, why are we so upset about this? And if, like, Ione is happy about it, and she seems to have a decent shoulder on, like, head on her shoulders, why are we, like, jumping down her throat about it?
I just feel like, okay, so, like, we know that, like, King Rowan and the Rowans are hunting down people for their magic and basically putting them in the dungeons, whatever.
Yeah.
And so then Elsbeth is one of those people. So I think she's kind of like, you're
It's
not
like a
being very sensitive about,
Knows that.
like, you're marrying off into the Rowans. You, like, the Ione and them know she had the fever.
Oh, you're right. But
So
she
I
doesn't
think,
know. I keep thinking
I
that.
took that as, like, that was insensitive of Ione.
Okay.
Because Ione's like, what's the big deal? And Elspeth is like, bitch, like, they could throw me into the dungeons, they could
Okay.
kill me.
I
and
got
you're just
you.
like, he's a prince. Like, you know nothing about him and you're not even, like, worried.
Fair. I was not taking it that way. I was more of just like, well, girl, we don't even know anything about this guy.
I think
also
that
we
you're
learn
fair.
more about the prince, and I'm also like, okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
No, I think that you're fair, though. I think we give Ione a chance here. I was trying to give Ione a chance because we're supposed to, like her.
Because she's sunshine incarnate.
But I was kind of like, Ione, you're being kind of weird here.
So then Ione runs away, and Elspeth turns around, and Alex is walking up to her. Neville's walking up to her, and the nightmare is groaning.
His conversation, that was my favorite.
He's so good. He's like, oh, fuck.
His commentary is just so good.
Not into Alex.
Okay, so one point I did have on Ione, and when she said, having hope doesn't make me delusional, I was like, okay, like, that's true. So I can see, like, where you were coming from. Like,
yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, so they all have these tree insignias. And so, like, we find out that all the families are named after trees.
Yeah, and the way that they're, like, they're, like, mother of trees. Like, did you notice when they talk? I didn't like that. That was cheesy as fuck.
Yeah, so we have, like, the pines and the spindles and whatever else. So, I don't know, that's interesting.
The elms, the yews.
We find out that the king wants his last 2 cards, or whatever.
Yes.
And whatever, so we get to your point. He runs into Alex, the nightmare girl.
Non-pressed. And she, like, shocks him. She's like, gotta go, bye!
Yeah. So we find out that, in this spot, too, where, like, the colors...
Coordinate,
what color is which card?
Yeah, so, like, pink is the maiden card. Yellow, gold is the egg card.
Yes, black is the black horse.
Yes, white is the eagle.
Yeah, the nightmare is like a burgundy tone.
Yes.
And so on and so forth.
And there's 11 cards in the hall right now.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how distracting that would be, seeing all these glowing lights everywhere?
I know. I think it's so cool, though. It's kind of like reading auras.
Yes, and then also... people hide their cards. Like, this is not something that they put out in the open that they have. So you also have, like, that advantage of being like, okay, well, you have this card, so that's why you feel so confident walking up to me saying that stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's just, like, really interesting. She almost has an edge on everybody in the room, too.
Yes, 100%. So this part really threw me off in this book.
I was so confused.
Okay, thank you.
I thought that he was the MMC for a minute, and I was scared.
Same. I'm first Alex, worry, then this.
We're going down a good road, guys.
I think I was looking for the MMC too early, because at first I'm like, oh my god, it's the nightmare in her voice, like in the chapter 1, and I'm like,
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that for a hot minute.
Okay, good. I'm glad, because I didn't, whatever. So anyways, she encounters this boy, and he's being like, he's drinking a bunch, and he's quite literally a boy.
And so, it's the king's nephew, and then I said, doesn't one of her stepsisters like him? Half-sisters?
Yeah, it's just
they talked about him, did they not? Emery?
He's being super weird.
He is.
Like,
I literally wrote, did he drug her? Mm-hmm. Because he's like,
yes,
let's go.
Yes.
And he like, she takes his arm and they're like going down the stairs and she's like all confused. And I was like, and they're drinking together. And I was like, did he put something in her drink? Like, what is going on?
I said, my first thought was like, okay, maybe he's being controlled by someone else's magic to get more info on her.
Okay.
Because remember how he's like whispering with his cousin, which makes sense later now that we know more information. And then I was like, 2, maybe he has someone in his head too, like she does, because he was acting crazy.
Yeah, he was acting.
And then she's all like unwell, and he's like, "Oh, I'll escort you out," and he's like, "Oh, you look so pale," and I was getting worried.
Yeah, because then she's like, they're next to the stairs, and she's like, I'm leaning over them like she's about to fall. And then out of nowhere, this kid just gets tossed. Like, the black figure appears, and...
first he spews all that stuff.
He says something about yellow eyes.
Yeah, yellow eyes, blood on your pale fingers, and all this stuff. And she's like, holy shit.
Yeah. Which was eerie. And then all of a sudden, he's knocked on his ass, and he's laughing.
Mm-hmm. He's cackling.
And then we find out that it is Emery's brother, Raven Yu.
I said, here we go! The MMC we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, I said, now we're not scared.
Okay. I have thoughts here.
Yes.
So he's got gray eyes. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. He's handsome.
Love that.
He has a long...
A beak for a nose?
nose. Long, formidable nose. And this gets brought up a number of times throughout this part 1. And I sent Sam a TikTok of fan art, even though she had already seen it. But I'm like, I sent her that, and I said, I'm going to discuss this on the podcast tonight, because I literally had to look it up because of how many times they called it long, or looking down his nose, or his beak.
I was like, and again, not that having a beak-like nose makes you unattractive, but the way that they were, like, honing in on it, I was picturing a straight-up beak.
Same. And his name is fucking Raven.
So I was picturing a bird face.
Me too. Okay, me too. I don't care what you look like, but, like, when you keep saying a beak and, like, over and over again, and he's looking down, I'm like, okay, well, I need to see how big this nose is.
Waiting for him to peck her. Like, the way that they were talking about it, I'm like, damn, like, he must have an actual, like, I was
huge
beak. I was picturing a beak.
Okay, thank you.
Because I'm like, damn, why is this MMC ugly?
The fan art looks great.
Oh, yeah, it super hot.
Yeah.
They're both super hot.
Yeah, they're great.
They kind of are reminiscent of me, Saris and Kingfisher. The fan art made
she
me
has dark hair.
She has dark hair.
Yes.
That's, like, where I went. But, yeah, no, I needed to look up fan art the moment they started talking about his beak.
I know, why?
I don't know. Because that's not what he looks like.
Do you think they have shape changers in this book, and he's going to turn into something? Because you know how, like, she keeps saying, like, Elm looks like a fox, and, like...
Maybe.
Or do you think that's just the way this author describes people?
The author might just relate to animals.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So that's where it was...
Anyway.
My mind was cooking up all sorts of images.
I had a man talking out of a beak like this.
Yeah.
So
then he's the captain of the Destriel, and the king's eldest nephew.
Yes.
So
he's, like, the worst person for her to be around.
Yes. So they have this, like, moment of questioning. Like, he's kind of like, oh, like, why don't you live at home? And
yeah, which, like, is honestly a valid question for a lot of people in this time, because she should be at home with her dad.
She says, it's none of your business. And they're both very suspicious of each other.
Which, of course.
End scene.
So
chapter 5. We get the maiden defined. So the maiden's big thing is, like, be wary of the pink. Like, they, you know, it makes you beautiful, but then it also can, like, turn your heart into
That's
stone.
what the, like, flip side is you basically turn into, like, a butthole.
Yeah, or just, like, even nothingness.
No feelings.
Yeah. So then they have, like, the chit-chat with their step-family before this garden walk.
And everybody's hating on Emery. Talking about how he had to get brought to the castle because he doesn't act right. And that the only way that he can be kept under control is with a scythe card. So we find out that scythe cards, like, you can basically control anybody to do everything you want.
And only the Rowans have them.
Yes.
The kings.
The scythe cards, yep.
Whatever. There's only 4 of them. And then she immediately starts suspecting Emery of having the fever. Like, when she's talking to her aunt, she's like, do you think anybody else, like, survived having the fever? And her aunt was like, no. Like,
you barely did, kind of thing.
So she kind of catches on to that.
I agree, fast.
And she wants to make up with Ione. She's, like, searching for her
yes,
everywhere.
all
she can't
over
find
the
her.
place. Yeah.
And then we find out that Ione comes back with the pink light maiden card.
Yep.
And then she lies about it.
And Elspeth, like, pulls her into the garden and is like,
Pissed.
Where'd you get that maiden card? And, like, Ione's kind of like, who told you about this? And, like,
she lied. She's like, oh, I was just looking through the castle.
Yeah,
and Elspeth is like, bitch, I can see it.
I see your card. And Elspeth is, like, telling her that she's already perfect. Like, you don't need to change anything about you. Like, it's not worth it. Like, please, please, please. And Ione gets pissed immediately. And it's like, if you love me, you'll let me make my own decisions. Which, like, both sides are fair.
Yep. I don't know. I also am just like, so we find out, Hoth Rowan gave it to her.
And then, like, the Nightmare also has a comment. And he says the maiden card isn't just for vanity.
I know.
And I was like, what the?
Yeah, and he says some quote, and there's something about, like, it will turn her heart dead, or, like, be worried about her, or something. Be wary.
So part of me's thinking that she's going to become evil now.
Well, part of me was upset when Ione, like, yeah, they're both kind of going back and forth, and, like, it's fair that she can make her own decisions and everything. But then it made me upset when she was like, you have all this blind resentment. And I'm like, how is that blind resentment?
Yeah.
Like, they literally, if she gets found, she's done.
And also, just
how's
like,
that blind resentment?
and also, like, shouldn't you also be a little weary about that?
Like, part of me was just, I don't know, that really pissed me off.
Yeah.
When she said blind resentment. I'm like, no, this is like active resentment.
She's got a reason to be scared.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seemed like, and I'm like, Ione's supposed to be your best friend and your cousin. She's not acting like a very good.
And honestly, like, I thought we were gonna get some more depth into the relationship,
Yes.
but it immediately sours.
Oh, immediately. And I'm like, why do you like her again?
Yeah.
She's not very.
I'm not getting the sunshiny vibe that we're describing.
So that was just really interesting. And
Yeah.
Elspeth is trying to talk sense into her, and Ione's just not having
Not
it.
having it at all. And she just gets pissed and, like, storms away.
She runs into the mist and she's crying and she's processing, and then Raven shows up.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
And he has the second nightmare card
Yeah.
glowing.
Yee.
So chapter 6, we find out that he was in the Highwaymen group that attacked her.
Yes, because he's like,
I thought that was so good.
It was. Why were you on the street?
15 days prior.
Also, why do I love it when they talk like that 15 days prior?
Or I don't think it was prior, but yes.
But something like that, I'm like,
15 days past.
why were you on the street a fortnight
Biscuits.
ago?
Yes, yes. Whenever. Yeah.
And she starts to panic. And
She runs using
She
the nightmare's
runs.
help.
And then I wrote, why do I like her being chased? I'm a freak.
That was like when I liked the one girl being dragged behind the MMC
Yes!
horses.
In the
tied
dumb book. What was it? Pestilence?
up. And then he fixed her after.
That
I
was
love
like hot.
I don't know. What is it about being chased down, man?
Oh, it's so good.
Imagine if we tried to ask our husbands to do that in real life. So like,
They would be out of breath in like 10 minutes, if that.
I'm gonna get dropped off here, but like, make sure you have
It,
my
like,
Find My
lights
Friends
out.
on in case I actually get lost.
In Lights Out, when the
Yes.
last scene, Sam would be like,
Sorry.
there's no fucking way. Sam would be like, it's too hot in the mask. I'm
Yeah.
taking it off.
Oh my gosh. So then they have this like fight scene.
And she kicks his ass.
Well, the nightmare kind of.
Well, yeah, the nightmare does.
But yes.
And then, like, he's, like, telling her to be quiet because we can start hearing the king and their men coming back from the hunt.
Yeah, I just love this trope too. Her mouth, he's like, I'm not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Hurt you.
I
I'm like,
also love this trope. I'm like, well, what if you hurt her a little?
And she's like,
We're just rolling off a cane fair, and we're like, well, like, what if you just hurt her a little? Like, just a teeny bit.
a teensy little bit. Yeah, so then, yeah, I don't know. He finds her arm is infected, so he knows
Yes.
that, like, whatever.
So she's, like, tweaking, and then she's like, what if I call out for the king? Like, he'll have to come and save me. And the nightmare says, be still. The king is not a friend.
Yeah, so the beast is
Very
kinda, like,
ominous.
Whatever. So then he's basically taking her to a place to question her. And then the dummy
Okay, the king is not your friend. So the king's obviously very fucking evil. I've got bad vibes for that man.
Oh man. Well, okay, so at the end of chapter 6, she accidentally reveals that she knew that there was cards in the garden.
Yes, and she's like, I don't want to walk through the garden, and I don't want to see the Providence cards, and he's kind of like,
How do you know that?
yeah, what's going on?
So then chapter 7, we get more
Yes.
information on the charm. So it says in the beginning blurb of the chapter that the charm is not living or dead, and it's like a safeguard from the mist.
Yes.
So we get that confirmed. And then the Nightmare's got a point about not trusting Raven. Because
Yeah.
Raven's like, go down into this deep, sketchy
Yeah.
corridor, and he's like,
And
"You
I'll
have
go
no-"
behind you.
Well, and he's like, oh, I don't understand, like, you have nothing to fear from me. And the Nightmare's like, yeah, says the guy who just had a dagger to your throat.
And also, he's in charge of
heart.
imprisoning all of these people.
Yeah, so she's like, excuse me if I don't trust you.
And also, like, he's super grumpy with her throughout this entire chapter. He's like, just do it.
Well, and he's like,
golly.
calling up Miss Spindle.
I know.
I'm like, whoa. I don't know if I kind of like the formality a little bit, honestly. It's kind of like, oh, like Miss Spindle.
I don't know you well enough to use your first name.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's interesting.
And then the Nightmare's being, like, super cryptic about all of the Rowans, and he says, no
So
peace will be
cryptic.
known till the last Rowan's dead.
So cryptic. And then, so they go into this, like, back way of the castle, and they get to, like, this room or whatever. And then he leaves, locks her in there, and then they have these 3 people that come back and enter. And it's Jesper Yu, which is his sister,
Yep.
Raven, and Philip Willow, which is a physician. And she flips out about the physician.
Which, like, fair. She's been taught to, like, only be scared of them. So,
Yeah. And they all kind of question her. And, she kind of lies, but not really, and says that she can see the Providence cards, and that's her magic. Because she's
Yeah.
like, if I don't give them anything, they're just going to keep pestering me.
yes. And then this is where she finds out that they're looking for cards.
Yes. And then Prince Elm
Yes.
joins in, which I was like, you guys trust him? I thought we didn't like the
And then
Rowans.
I'm immediately like, okay, so he's already in here, but the Nightmare card just said, no peace will be known until all of the Rowans are dead,
Yes.
and he's a Rowan.
Yes. And I think, too, like, she's so suspicious of everyone and all the time, and, like, that's because she literally has someone in her head being like, be wary of that person.
Yeah, he's not good.
Yeah.
We're not into it over here.
Yeah, so just I'm like, well, no wonder. I don't know. And then we have Ione being like, la 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 la.
Seriously.
So anyways, yeah, we find out that Elm is one of the other highwaymen.
Yes, so
attacker.
Elm and Raven are who attacked her on that, like, dark, scary night. Because they're looking for cards.
So then we jump to chapter 8.
Yes.
And Raven tests her with the cards, which
Yeah.
the Nightmare warned her of. He's like, I would bet anything that he's going to test you.
Yes,
And then he does.
prep it up. So he takes, like, all the cards between him, Elm, Jasper, and has her blindfolded and is like, what card is this? And she could still see the light. So she's telling him, I think there was a Nightmare one. There was was it the Chalice? Stop.
So yeah, then we find out like what the flip side does
Yes.
of each card. And basically they kind of make a deal to help. She'll help them
Yep.
if he doesn't arrest her, hurt her family, or ever use the Nightmare card on her.
Because he used the Nightmare card on her earlier to, like, get in her mind and basically shuffle through her thoughts, and she's obviously tweaking out, like, did you see the nightmare, essentially. So, and then that makes us jump to chapter 9. So then we kind of find out whoever touched the card last is who gets the magic, which I thought was really interesting, that it's not
yeah,
just
like it's transferable.
Yeah, like, if you get your hands on a card, you can use it.
And Elspeth is wondering about Raven's motives. Like,
Yeah.
what is he hiding? Like, why is he a highwayman?
Also,
Like,
yeah, why are you looking for cards if you're, like, the king's right hand?
yeah. So she's very whatever. And then the Beast, I'm calling him the Beast, the Nightmare, has more riddles for her.
Yep.
On page 88, he talks about ripping out hearts with his beak or something.
Yeah.
Like, be wary of him, like, ripping out your heart with his beak.
And I think that might be why she refers to them as animals, because I feel like you can get more cryptic-ass riddles.
Maybe, yeah. That's actually a good point. So, yeah, I don't know. Then Elm is escorting her to this party.
Yes, and he's just... Talk about doucher. But it's really funny because the vibes he gives is when we first meet, like, Dorian in Throne of Glass.
Yes.
And I'm thinking that's kind of where his character arc is going to go.
I actually love Elm. Like, so far, I love him. I don't
He's
know
super
what is...
funny.
I don't know what it is about it, because he's an asshole,
He's
but he's...
arrogant.
He just makes me, like... laugh. I don't know.
Because he's basically like the comedic relief, and he doesn't give a shit about anything, but also simultaneously he does.
I just really like his whatever.
I like him too.
And anyway, so his brother comes up, and Hoth introduces himself, and he's supposedly worse than his brother, like, between the Rowans.
I fucking her. Elsbeth being like, how haven't we met before? Better late than never.
Yeah, and then Elm makes a puking.
Yeah, he goes, that's enough of that. We're leaving.
Yeah. So then she runs into her, Elm leaves, he's like, I need a drink. Then Opal she runs into her aunt, and she alludes to, she's kind of all like in a fit, and she alludes to Ione and her father kind of conspiring without her.
Yeah, and like, that she didn't know, and Elsbeth is like, we got in a fight, and I just want to make things better with her. Do you know where she is?
And I'm like, immediately like, oh no.
Yeah, no, we're good. And then Opal has to run off because her other children are running amok.
Which is so real.
It is so real.
And then Alex comes back, and he, like, wants her bad. And he's like...
He's like, can you come sit with me?
I already asked your father, and he said yes, if you're agreeable. And then I was cackling at the nightmare saying... nobody asked me if I'm agreeable, because I'm very much not agreeable.
Literally anybody else but this, I'd rather not off my own hand.
Yeah, so funny.
And then Raven kind of swoops in, and they're like talking because she was staring at him. And she's like, sorry, I'm actually sitting with the youths. And then Alex kind of gets like aggressive and is like, I already asked your dad. Did not like that.
No, and she's like, well, I don't want to.
Yeah, I am not agreeing to it.
And then Raven gives him an icy stare, and he backs off.
Stare.
So then, they're talking about the Rowan's house in town. Yeah. Because, like, they talk about how he doesn't live at the castle and all that else. I'm calling it a castle. I don't even know if that's what it is.
I thought it was a castle, too.
Okay. And basically, it's kind of a creepy house with these fearsome trees. Yes. There's a lot of tree talk.
I picture, like, old, crickety house on a hill.
Yes, and so, like, immediately when I was thinking about this, I'm like, isn't, like, the end of the riddle to save the, like, once you get all the 12 cards together, you have to go at the end of the tree and, like, spill blood or something. So I'm like, maybe the trees will be at that house, like, their house.
Interesting. And also all the families are named after trees. So I'm curious. The end of the tree, do we think it's the end of a family line?
Maybe. See? We're learning riddles.
We are.
Anyways, so then the big news, we find out that Tiern, so her uncle, was knighted.
Yes.
And Ione is marrying into the royal family for the Nightmare card. So she's marrying Hoth.
Hoth. Because he's the first son, Elm is the second.
And she comes out and she looks completely different except for her yellow hair.
But it's like light and flowy, but also thick. The gap in her teeth is gone. Like, and Elsbeth is just devastated. And, like, my thing is, like, so, okay, if you stopped using the maiden card, do you think you'd go back to how you looked? Or do you think that the effects are permanent?
I don't know. For all this riddle talk, they don't tell us probably in the riddles. We have to figure it out.
And I was also like, Hoth was just hitting on Elsbeth.
I know. I literally thought that, too. And prior, when, like, when Elspeth was trying to talk Ione out of, like, using the maiden card and was, like, listing off all these, like, qualities, I was kind of like, damn, you don't need to list off all those, like...
the things that are, like perfectly imperfect.
Yeah, like, Ione wasn't, like... But my gap in my teeth will be fixed and this and that. And, like, I'm so self-conscious. She didn't say any of that. And then it was kind of weird for me when Elspeth was just like, the gap in your teeth and your hair looking like poop. And, like,
your hair looking like straw is good.
Like, I kind of be like, oh, I didn't even know that was that bad about myself.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay.
It came off poorly
No,
to me.
I know what you're saying.
So, that was just a side note. But, anyways, so, yeah. Then we move to chapter 10.
Yeah.
And we find out Raven is a traitor to the king.
That, like, Elsbeth puts together that he wouldn't have been willing to marry off his first son for a nightmare card if his general has one.
So he's unknowing that he possesses it.
And her being like, you're telling me half-truths. And he's like, well, it's not my fault if you make assumptions.
Which is kind of
It is fair.
And then she's like, I want answers now. And then he
Yeah.
has to call his counsel. So he has this counsel.
So he taps his card 3 times, and then he talks into all of their heads.
And he's like, "Sup, rubber ducky? We're all gonna meet down in the mysterious
Who's
dungeon."
Rubber Ducky?
I don't know. It's not what people say when they're like walkie-talkieing.
Rubber Ducky?
Sarah is gonna listen to this, so
You tell. You do the poll, Amelia.
what if she did? This will be a test to see if
Yeah.
she really listens.
Yeah. We're testing you.
Anyways, so then they basically, he calls his family.
Yeah.
Whatever. And they're like in
He
his
calls
room.
his council. We don't know it's his family yet.
Okay. So then they're like in his room
And it's
he's
messy as fuck.
Yeah, and he's like gathering all this stuff.
Books everywhere, clothes everywhere.
I know, I'd be like, oh, I've changed my mind about you, your dirty ass beast.
That's what my room looks like.
Well. Anyway, so then they're like, shh, they hear footsteps coming.
Yes.
And it's basically these physicians
And
talking
they're
about
like
Emery.
pressed up against each other too.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some tension
There's some
happening.
sexy tension. But yes, the physicians are talking about Emery and how he's getting worse.
Like his condition.
Yes. And that's kind of when, obviously, all the pieces actually start to fall in place.
Yeah. So then we find out too. So he's like, here, use the mirror card. You can be invisible.
Yeah, and
so to get to where our council is.
Yes.
And she's like, no, I don't want to use it. And I was so confused. I'm like, why can't she use it?
But if she touches a card, she absorbs it. To her knowledge. She's obviously never touched another card since. But what do you think it'd be like if she got another voice in her head? Do you think the mirror provides a voice?
And that's where I would draw the line. I just
It's
need
2
one.
voices.
Yeah.
That's where we're done.
Yeah.
1, we can work with it. We can talk about what kind of salad we want for lunch.
See? Now you're getting it.
2, 3's a party.
Now, that's where I'm at. 100%. See? I feel like you're coming around. It wouldn't be so bad. So yeah, so it's very, whatever. So he ends up using the mirror
Which I was
card.
confused why he was using it, but that's none of my business. So then they're walking
Because
together.
they didn't want to be seen together.
Okay.
Like canoodling.
Fair. So then she can still see the, like, glow of the card, so she follows the glow, and then she runs into her wonderful stepmother.
And she's just a bitch to her.
Yeah.
And like, he's standing right there.
But
and
she doesn't know, yeah.
She doesn't see it.
And
Whatever.
she calls, it's like she tells her that she's infected, and she's worthless. And then Elspeth reads her to filth.
I know. She's basically like, oh, is that why my dad keeps all my mom's stuff around and hasn't changed the house since you've moved in?
Won't
and,
let you redecorate anything.
which I'm like, good, clap
Yeah.
back.
And then she says, once everybody is dead, the only things that will be left is basically like my mother in that house, essentially. It was so good.
It was so good. And then we're getting some more tension because he wipes a tear away from her eye, even though he's invisible, which I'd be like,
Yeah, but
Jesus.
I didn't know you're that close.
Yeah, so I don't know. There's like, what's just weird to me that like they're already in this
Okay, that's
spot.
what I thought too. I was like, damn, we are jumping ahead in the romance department.
Yeah, I want there
Like,
to be
there's
a tish-
physical touch already. I want more yearning and tension.
Yeah, I need more yearning.
I love a good yearn.
Yeah, I want to yearn. Anyway, so then chapter 11 comes, and we find out that his counsel is his mom, his dad, his cousin, the physician, his sister, and then his cousin Elm.
Yes.
So the prince or whatever.
Yep.
And they basically test her to see if she's trustworthy.
And she has to pick out of the 3 of the cards. So the chalice, which makes you...
Truth serum.
it's truth serum. The scythe, so you're under control, or the nightmare. And the nightmare in her head says, pick the scythe.
Which, to me, they're kind of all the same. Like, they're all, like... So if she picked the truth serum, like, she's still under control, kind of. Like...
Yeah, that...
You know what I mean?
I agree. I think the nightmare is a little bit different than the truth serum or the chalice. And I think that the way that they're being used in this sense are all the same, but they're very different cards, if that makes sense. The chalice is the only one that I feel like is for this purpose.
Okay. So then Elm is kind of like, all right, let's fucking play. And she goes from like fits of laughing, which was some of these, I cringed so hard in the scene. I was listening to it and I was like mopping the floor at a client's house and I'm like, oh my God, make it stop. 'Cause she goes from like fits of laughing and then she's like hitting herself.
Yeah.
And then she's all like, oh, he's like, do you think he's handsome?
I know, I was
talking
like-
about Raven, and I'm like,
No.
and she's like sweating, trying not to tell the truth, and she's like, yes.
For a dessert or dessert or whatever they
Cover
are.
my eyes,
It's
I'm
the
embarrassed.
worst. It was horrible. It's horrible. And Elm's just being a little twat
He's
up
just
there.
giggling.
Yeah. He's like, hee hee, I know you have a crush.
I know. Freaking A.
And then she goes through all of this just for the monster to tell us,
Yeah.
cards don't affect me, do you want me to take over?
Which she didn't ask.
No, and he's very much a like, ask and you shall receive. But if you assume, it's your fault.
Which part of me is like, he's in your head all the time. Why are you not asking him questions?
I know.
Like, even if he doesn't respond, why aren't you asking him?
Yeah, why aren't you
It's been
looking
11
for
years.
more?
I'd be
Yeah.
like, so, what's up here, bro?
What's your middle name?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Or like, yeah, I'm going, whatever. Anyway, so then they're collecting their own deck to save Emery from the king.
Yes, so we find out that
Emery's
at
infected.
the end you need to spill infected blood to end the curse. And that's why he's keeping Emery around, is because he's going to kill him. And obviously the Yu family doesn't want him to die because it's their child. And then they talk about, like, she asks, she's like, so what infected blood are you going to use then? Because my first thought was, don't trust them. They're going to use you.
Same.
And then they
Same.
talk about someone who's really close to the king. Which at that point, I didn't have any idea.
At this point, I was like, okay, it's Raven. Raven's infected.
Really?
Yes. I felt like it was so obvious.
I didn't catch on at all.
Because I feel like it was like when somebody's like, someone really close to the king, someone who's done lots of wrongs. Like,
well, I guess, like, my thought is,
It's
why are
him.
we trading one kid for another?
because Raven feels guilty about something, obviously. The someone feels guilty. That's my thought. It hasn't been confirmed, obviously, but that's my thought. I was like, okay, something's going on.
I didn't go there at all. I had nowhere. I was thinking maybe one of the princes had it. Elm and or Hoth.
Because is this where he says you'd be surprised about...
No.
Okay. So basically they need 3 cards. They need the Well, the Iron Gate, and the Twin Alders cards.
Yeah.
And immediately when they said that, I'm like, the Well is what Elspeth's dad's has. The card that her dad has.
I
So I'm
didn't
like,
put that together, so she's gonna steal it.
from her dad.
But she can't touch it, so how does that work?
I think that...
It'll be a joint effort.
No, I think that it's going to be like her dowry, and they're going to have to get married or something.
That's a good thought process.
It's like at the
Okay.
end, you know, they're like
Yeah.
pretending to court
Yeah.
each other. I think that that's going to be like the
The
next
dowry,
level.
okay.
That's a
interesting.
prediction I have. I actually had a few predictions. The
Okay.
other is that the someone is Raven, which I don't know.
I did not go there at all. Because I'm just like, why would they trade one kid for another? Especially when
Which is fair.
Emery is like,
Well, hopefully it's not him. Like,
no. But I'm like, Emery's already like losing his mind.
that's true.
So why would we trade one child who's healthy for another?
Yeah, that's true. Toss the sick one.
Yeah. Yeet him. Bye.
So then we find out that Raven is infected. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, I don't know. She agrees to help. Again.
And then, yeah, so she was listening to the door while they were like talking about this. And this is where Jasper's like, you're not going to like it.
Mm-hmm.
And Raven's like, what? And she goes, you should fake court her.
Yes.
Because that's the only way that they can get her to their house for like a long time so they can start like working
this.
together.
Yeah.
And that's when like Jasper also like, so Elm's like ripping Raven a new one. And Jasper goes, oh, you didn't think she was so docile when she beat the shit out of you on
I
the street.
loved that. I was like, yes.
I was like
I love
loving Jasper.
Yes.
Yes, she was so good. And then I was just so eating this up. And then, of course, they open the door and she falls on her ass because she didn't move fast enough.
I know. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so smart, and then you're so embarrassing, and what are you doing?
Oh,
Yeah. So, do you have anything else on chapter 11?
so then at the end of this chapter, they're walking up to go, like, so she can meet Emery, essentially. And they get to Emery's room, and he's gone.
That's chapter 12. So, yes, chapter 12.
Oh, shit.
No, you're good.
Oh, my God, that is. Yeah.
No, you're good. So then chapter 12, go on.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone. And they're, like, panicking.
Yeah.
And you need to find him so that one of the family finds him instead of these, like,
And
physicians.
also, like, there's straight up guards outside of his room.
But apparently, like, tricks them, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then the Beast is super ominous here. He keeps saying, my clueless little companion, talking to Elspeth. The truth always outs, you'll understand soon enough. Like,
So, like, obviously...
so that made me think of that he's the Shepherd King, too.
And, like, part of me is, like, why is he being so cryptic? Or is it one of those things that, like, the only way the prophecies are going to come true is if you figure them out yourself kind of thing? Because you think that he'd be itching to get out of a 20-year-old's head, right?
Well, I think he just doesn't know where the Twin Elders card is. So if he sticks with her...
He'll find it. It's
maybe.
a fair assessment.
I don't know. These are all my predictions. I didn't predict a thing in the last book, so I'm trying here.
I mean, the last book was rough to predict for, so...
So then, whatever. I don't know. We must have been on different chapters. So back up a step. So when the family is discussing...
That's chapter 12.
Oh, it is?
I jumped ahead.
Okay.
I jumped ahead.
Okay, so the family is discussing
Yes.
if they're gonna accept her or not. And basically, Elma's against it, because he's like, I just don't trust her, or whatever else. And then we find out that his mom used the prophet card, and,
Oh, yes.
and basically... It showed his mom a shadow on the forest road with cards. All the cards in Emery is alive and well. And so that answers why they were all highwaymen.
And she also talked about how when she saw Elsbeth, that it wasn't a shadowy figure, it was a figure with a shadow that didn't go away in the light or the dark.
Oh.
And the shadow is obviously the nightmare. Which I thought was really interesting.
Oh, I did not put that together.
Yeah.
That is very interesting.
That, like, the shadow does not go away. It's there.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Because, Elm was like, you said it was a shadowy figure, and that could be anybody. And she said, no, it's a figure with a shadow. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was really interesting, too.
Okay.
And then this is where they talk about the courting, and I got too excited.
Okay, no, that's fine. I was just, like, confused on where I was.
Yes.
So then they're gonna help each other, help her find a cure, even though, whatever. Mm-hmm. More narrow nose talk.
More beak blabber.
Yeah. And then we find out, too, that Emery's magic flares at seasons shift.
Which I thought that was really interesting
Same.
as well. And we find out what his magic is, too.
Yes, and so, like, the king basically plans to mercy kill him, and they need to complete the deck by winter solstice, because I think the riddle says something about when the days are the shortest or something.
Yes. Because equinox is spring, correct? Mm-hmm. So they've got 2 seasons, essentially.
Mm-hmm. And they say that, like, Emery might not make it another year, so whatever, and then that's when they find him missing.
Yes.
And then we jump to chapter 13, and they have this, like, they're running to get Emery, and they run into the king.
Yes, and he's, like, looking her up and down, which everybody in this entire court is, like...
Being creepy.
Yeah, like, where have you been? Why haven't you been coming to court? It's good to see you. Like, in a very ominous way.
And Raven's all uncomfortable. Like, he's like...
Yes.
And she doesn't know if he's uncomfortable with, like, this fake courting thing, or being seen with her.
Just her with the people that they're having to talk to, like...
So she's just does not know what's going on. Then they spot Emery, and Raven runs. She stays back, and she's getting, like, jacked around in this crowd.
Because everybody's, like, drunk and dancing in the garden now after the feast. And then this is when Elm kind of just, like, swoops up and picks her up.
Yeah, because she gets knocked on her ass. And
then we watch him control, like, 50 people with the scythe card. And, like, this is the first time where we see him use it, like, aggressively. Which... Can you imagine? That'd be so scary.
I loved this scene.
I did
he's
too.
just, like, so sassy, and I just feel like he has a lot more to him. Like,
I
what
agree.
is his backstory, and how did he end up on the other side of his family?
I was thinking the same thing. Like, yeah, how did he end up wanting to save Emery? He doesn't give the whole, he's a soul that deserves to be saved.
Yes. Like, so I really need more backstory on him. I just feel like there's so much more to
I know.
him.
I'm, like, enjoying his character a lot. He's an ass, but also, like, funny.
Yeah, like, I want to know what the backstory is.
100%.
Then we find out that Emery can read people. So,
And so when he read her and
Yes.
said yellow eyes, he was seeing the nightmare.
I thought it was so cool how Elm describes it as your secrets are like transcribed on the page of the book for him. So he like can just read them off.
But he has to touch you for it to work.
Yeah, and they said like the nightmare in his head is basically like saying like he's degenerating.
Yes.
And like I guess he can't remember his family sometimes. Like he's just.
It almost feels like a dementia kind of thing.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
And
kind of sad.
He's like in the middle of fighting people who have 2 white eagle cards. I had a question.
Raven
this
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, that's what Emery's doing.
Oh, yes.
He's like getting the shit beat out of him by these people. And the white eagle cards are courage. And this is where I had the question. I'm like, I thought there was only 12 cards. Why does everybody have cards? There's 72, 12 different types.
Gotcha.
This is where
That could have been confusing, though.
Because I missed the 72 cards part while I was reading. So I was like, what the hell?
I know. See, that's why we gotta read together.
It
if
is.
you don't pick something up, hopefully I will,
Exactly.
or vice versa. So then Raven's, yeah, so this is what he kind of like spills the beans or whatever that he's
Elm
like,
does.
Yeah, he's infected and...
Because he was like talking about how Emery got excited when he met her, because he's never met another infected. And he goes, well, except for his brother.
And he knew he was dropping
100%.
He was just stirring the pot.
100%. He just wants to watch the drama unfold.
Which is, you know...
I mean, me too. Why do you think I'm reading the book?
Yeah. And then he's,
And then they're like, she's like, should we go help Raven? And he goes, no, he's had a hard day. Let him get to it. And then just beats the shit out of these
And this
guys.
is where I felt like I kind of was like, okay, yeah, like that checks out. Like I wasn't too surprised by it. Like it was kind of, but I was just felt like he was too sympathetic to like her being infected and all of that. And then like the someone thing. I don't know. Anyway, so then we like at the end of the chapter, the cards disappear into his hands, and we're left
the white
wondering what the hell happened.
Yeah, and they just like disappear. So chapter 14, they make their way over there, and Emery's like hanging from the tree, like
being crazy.
Like he literally reminds me of a feral toddler.
Yes,
and he's like climbing up in the tree, and he's talking about how. Like, he goes, you're pretty, but you're also, like, crazy, essentially.
Yeah, you're dangerous or something.
Yeah, and Raven's like, shut up. And he goes, what? I called her pretty.
Yeah.
And then Elm's like, all right, let's go. And then he eats it out of the tree, and Elm just starts laughing.
I know, it's just like watching the scene unfold is so odd. I was so confused.
I was too, because I'm like, what are the dynamics here?
It's so weird. And she's basically pissed at Raven, which I just felt like, why are you so mad? Like, he doesn't owe you anything.
Also, you guys have known each other for a day? 2 days?
Yes.
Because this happened the day before. So you've known each other for 2 days, and he's supposed to divulge to you all of these deep, dark secrets, which he already has divulged all these deep, dark secrets to you. I think that's my hard part, too. Is
yes.
I'm like, you guys don't know each other.
And you're also still holding things from him. So, like, why are you so pissed off? Like, I get being, like, annoyed or whatever because she thinks it's hypocritical that he's, like, the captain of the Deserts. I totally get that. I track that. And, like, you work for the king. Like, you're being a hypocrite.
Yeah, which, like, I agree on that front. But I'm with you. I'm like, what? You don't know each other.
Why are you so mad? Like, you're having this reaction of, like, I'm not following.
Yeah. I was the same way.
And also, like, not that it really matters, but you haven't kissed. You don't have a relationship. He never said, like...
He made it very clear that he doesn't want to court you.
Yeah, like...
You've had one moment accidentally pressed up against each other.
So where are you getting off?
Why do you think he owes you loyalty?
And also, you just said to Ione, like, not to trust anyone and all these things. So now it just feels like...
I agree. I thought that it was a little too much, honestly. Because I'm like, 2 days. You've known this man for 2 days, And, like, you talk
you're
about
having
how
this
scary he was
reaction.
before.
And, like, you of all people should know that you're not just gonna out to everyone that you're infected.
And I think part of the thing that felt like a betrayal is, like, you knew that, like, I was so scared.
Yes, maybe that's it.
That it was, like, if you would have just told me that you were also infected, like, maybe there wouldn't have been so much, like,
You're right.
nervousness around the situation. But I agree with you. I thought that she was, like, looking for something, and I'm like, dude, he doesn't owe you anything.
Like, you can be mad.
Yeah.
But, like, this, like, visceral, just very, very...
angry.
Like, won't let it go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just weird. So we find out that Raven can only use the Nightmare in the Mirror cards.
Yes.
But like cards can't use, he can't use cards, but he can't have cards used against him.
Yes. And we also find out that the king knows he's infected.
I know.
Which I'm like, I don't understand.
Also, I feel like this is going to come into play later when he says, I can only use the Nightmare and Mirror cards and possibly the Twin Elders cards.
And he said, for now.
Mm-hmm.
So was he able to use the other cards prior?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. So then they're like walking in the courtyard. She's all mad. And they run into her half-sisters.
And then he's like, hold my hand.
Yeah, we got a court.
Yeah, they're
now.
courting. And like, she's pissy about it.
And they're dancing.
The
and she's
twins
so mad.
cracked me up. They're like, hope you're having a... Elvis is like, I hope you're having a good equinox. And they go, well, looks like you are.
I know! They're funny. I know. I like the commentary from some of the characters, yeah.
Yeah, and then they're dancing, and hands are lingering in places that they shouldn't be.
Like lower backs and spines.
It's going slowly up her spine.
So then they're like down or whatever, and
Yeah.
then Emery's just spewing craziness.
Yeah, he's being a fucking wonky ass up in the castle with Elm, and Elm's like, alright, let's get you up to your room.
And he starts coughing up blood,
Yep.
and then everyone kind of just sobers, because that's like not a good time.
Yeah, and I literally wrote, damn, I was kind of starting to like Emery.
That Nightmare says that.
Yeah.
The Nightmare says, shame, I was just beginning to like him.
Yeah.
After Emery was quoting the Book of Alders,
Mm-hmm.
which is what the Nightmare always does. So, that's where part 1 ends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like so much was packed into 150 pages.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that she doesn't, like, stay mad at him for...
Yeah, and I don't think she's going to. I think there's too much going on.
Yeah.
I'm very curious how this is 2 books,
Mm-hmm.
considering we've packed her already being in the Alliance, her already starting a relationship with the MMC, like, us knowing the whole council already, and they only have 3 cards defined. Mm-hmm. So I'm very curious on, like, how the storyline's gonna lay out.
I have a few predictions,
Yeah.
a question,
Yep.
and whatever. So, my predictions are her dad has a well card,
Yep.
the dowry thing. That's
Yes.
one prediction. Or, like, she's gonna have to steal it from him. Or
Okay.
whatever. They're gonna, like, create a heist of
I
sorts.
think that the dowry is a really good idea.
Okay, you're
honestly.
with me
But
on
my
that.
other thing is, like, do you think that her dad would be willing to give up a card for a dowry when he's already... They're
maybe he
already, like, a
doesn't seem-
high-standing family.
That's true. Maybe it'll be a heist then.
Because don't you... Isn't it that the men usually have to pay a dowry for the women?
Like, the women's family gives the man, like, a dowry.
Oh, okay.
So, like,
okay.
your dad
I
would
thought it
give
was like, if you
Sam
give me 3
money.
cows, I'll give you my daughter.
Well, that was technically, yeah, it could be a dowry, I think. So, anyways, then something with the trees at the U house is going to be something significant.
At the U house.
Yes.
Okay.
Because they brought that up. And then I think Ione, I don't know if she's going to die, but, like, maybe she'll become evil. Something's going on
I
there.
think with the Stone of Heart things, because I think that she's got, like, these bright, wide eyes kind of vibe, that she's just continuously going to use the Maiden card, and, like, it's going to be, like, a Heart of Stone, because it sounds like her fiancé is not a very good person either. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm thinking that's going to track.
Here's what I need, and here's my question. I need more yearning in part 2.
100%. I want there to be a lot more tension before we start getting into the kissy, smoochy, sticking things
Which
in.
leads into my second question. Is this YA? I never looked.
I didn't look either. I don't know. It's giving YA.
It's giving YA, so I'm interested about how much of a smoochy situation we'll get.
Because when they talked about Alex, they didn't necessarily talk about them having
No.
sex, but they talked about them, like, basically, like, fooling around. I don't know. We're gonna have to look.
Okay. So that's what I have.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's play our game.
All right. I think it's my turn this
Do you have any predictions or needs or wants for this
prediction?
next
I don't think that Raven's the person who's gonna they're gonna spill the blood. I think it's gonna be somebody else.
Somebody else. Okay. I think that's good.
I obviously think that she's gonna end up in. It's my turn. I honestly do think that obviously her and Raven are gonna end up together. I don't think Ione's gonna die.
Okay.
I think her aunt's also gonna know more. Cause why does the nightmare call her the old witch?
Yeah, which is never good. In our past.
I don't think that she's gonna be bad. I just think that she's gonna have a lot more information. So I also really love the scenes where it's Ione and her mom's reading them the book of Elder, and we get a little more backstory there. So
I'm excited. I like it.
too.
I am excited to read,
Also,
and I'm loving my Kindle.
I am too. I missed my Kindle so bad, especially after reading that 800-pound
I never
book.
thought I would.
Me neither.
I read a lot at night though, so it's nice to not have to like mess with my book light. So, anyways, I digress.
This is a good one. Okay, which character would be your book BFF?
Oh. Like realistically, or I wish she was he or she
Let's
would
do
be my
both.
best friend.
I think realistically, Bryce.
Okay.
I think me and Bryce would hit it off.
Are you kidding me? Dancing at the club, getting drunk all the time. Sign me up.
Unrealistically, Manon Blackbeat.
You know who I really want? I don't know why. This was my first thought, is like Lucian. To be like my best friend.
Oh, he would be a really good best friend.
Right? I don't know why he was my first thought, but I feel like, okay, he's the one that like I would need as a best friend. Like someone to like Bryce and I would get into too much trouble. Like, no, for real.
It would be Bryce and Danica shenanigans.
Like bad. So that
you guys would be bad.
So like I'm thinking I need a Lucian who's like, hey, like you've had 12 drinks tonight, like maybe let's cool
You
it.
snorted enough angel dust.
Yeah.
I think we need to take a deep breath.
So that's what I'm thinking. I'm going with
Okay.
like I think Lucian would be very like level-headed and like, hey, like let's drink some water and just like a good pal. He's so like loyal to Sucks.
Yeah.
Even, you know.
You know who I also think would be a really fun time? Cassian. As a friend.
As a
I'm
friend,
not into
yes.
him. I'm not super into him as an MMC.
Because they kind of go to what's the place that they all...
Rita's.
Yes, they go hang
Yes.
out. Like, that would also be fun.
Yeah. But those are, I feel like, and I love Manon. And she's so badass. And she's so like, I don't give a shit. So like, I would love to be friends with her. I don't think she'd accept me at all.
I'd be too scared. I'd be like, was that the right thing to say?
Yeah, I really like your iron nails. And then she'd cut my throat open.
Sharp.
Be like, I think your boyfriend's really hot.
Hey, what did Cassie say? The Crescent City?
Syrinx! The dog's name is Syrinx!
Syrinx. See, I'd have one of those. Manon would probably eat it.
Oh,
so that's
so real. Solid. I think that you and me and Bryce would have a really good time.
I think Aelin could be fun, too.
I think Aelin could also be fun.
She's a little maybe too serious for me sometimes.
Fenris. I lied. That's who I want.
I want to bang Fenris.
Oh, yeah, same.
I want
Fenris
him to...
Moonbeam. You know, like, just DM me.
I want him.
Bad.
We and him could not be friends is the problem.
Yeah.
Like, friends would not be happening.
Friends with benefits, maybe.
Basically just benefits. Not, like, 24/7. That's it. Other than that, I don't know. Oh, there's like an Elsie Silver book. I don't remember which book it is, but her name's Willa. She's like this sassy redhead. She would be super fun too. Yeah, she's a good time. She like nannies.
We got a lot of redheads. Lucian, Bryce.
Yeah, maybe it's a trend.
Yeah.
She's like the nanny of the dad, and she gets with the dad.
Of course.
She's just like a good time.
Okay, I love to hear it.
So maybe like I'm trying to deviate from fantasy a little bit and give us some regular books.
I haven't read a lot of outside fantasy, and all the outside of fantasy I've read is like murder mysteries, and all the characters are horrible.
Yeah.
I would not want to be friends with them.
So it's not a good time.
No, so I'm gonna stick with my fantasy reads.
You know what? That's fair. So that's where we're standing.
Yeah.
Oh, so next read we're reading to part 2.
We're talking about
Or reading through part 2.
We're talking about reading the rest of the book.
Okay.
So we don't know where we're falling yet. So there's a chance we break this into 3 parts and just do it 1, 2, 3. But we have like an odd number of pages left, so we're not sure what we're gonna do.
Okay. We'll probably just finish it.
Probably.
Because otherwise we'll leave it at, 90 pages?
100 pages, yeah, which is light work for us.
Yeah.
So there's a really good chance that next episode the book's done, and we're moving on to part 2.
Yeah, or book 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be good. I'm excited. What do we need from our viewers? We need audiobook recommendations.
Yes.
We need, should we quick look at the Sarah J Maas announcement? Or should we not do that live?
No, we're not going to do that live.
Okay.
We're going to come back with really exciting news and really hope and pray to the gods that Sarah J Maas is giving us a book this year.
Or something good. Or just
Okay, let's make predictions right now. What we think it's going to be, if it's a book, the release date.
I think it's going to be vague, and she's not really going to give us anything.
You're not expecting anything.
No, I'm setting my expectations low.
I'm expecting an ACOTAR book.
Hoping for that. I'm hoping for that.
But I think that the release date is going to be 27 or 28.
Shut up.
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm setting my expectations.
That's what I'm I think that she's going to announce, but I think the release date's going to piss us off.
Anyways,
that's what we want to hear from you guys. Leave
come back.
comments on what you think the Sarah J Maas is going to be.
Yes, and we always need game ideas. So
yes.
Send us game ideas. Thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you back next week. We'll probably be finished with the book. If not, a good way through it, and